How's it going, everyone? Welcome. I am Lucky13. Thank you for checking out this video and welcome back to the channel. And of course, if you're here for the first time, you're new to the channel, welcome to you as well. If you guys are here for the first time, you happen to enjoy my content, you just happen to enjoy my style in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future content, not just on Fallout, but for all things gaming related. And this video right here, this one right here that you guys are watching, I'm going to take the Fallout 4 trailer and just kind of break it down. Give you my thoughts, my feelings, maybe some things that you haven't seen, maybe a different take on things that you have seen. And if you enjoy it, again, make sure to, feel free. Just go down in the comment section and say, hey, thank you for this. Or, hey, maybe you missed that. But let's just get on with it, guys. Just to give you kind of a heads up, I do plan on starting and stopping this quite a bit. And the reason being is because the copyright thing. I don't want to piss anybody off with the copyrighted material. So right here, I'm just gonna stop it right here. And the first reason why I'm stopping it was the music. As you guys know, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, the trailers for that, they kind of give you that feeling of an older time, that older style of music, and it almost gives you that nostalgic feeling of first picking up that Fallout 3 game, just not only because of the trailer, but because of the style of music. Remember, it poured you through the wastelands, and there was that radio in the middle of the bus or the middle of the trailer, or whatever the hell it was, but it was playing that older style music. Not only this please stand by sign, which has become almost a staple or stable or whatever the word is of Fallout, but that music as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on from here. Again, guys, I'm going to be stopping this, starting it, stopping it. I have the volume down for many reasons, but mostly so we don't get a copyright strike. That way I can continue to bring you guys some videos like this. I don't want to get a copyright strike because then you have a limit on the amount of videos you can actually produce and the time you can produce them. So in this right here, 32 seconds in, we had something old with that music. We've seen that old style. They brought that back. But now we have something new. For the first time in a Fallout trailer, they're actually going back and forth. And it continues throughout the trailer. It's not just right here, but it continues throughout the trailer. And right here we have the introduction of what I'm referring to as not dog meat. Now, a lot of people are saying Fallout 3 had dog meat in it, but I don't know what kind of dog meat was. I don't know what his breed was. He looked kind of rough around the edges, but this looks like your standard German Shepherd. And I know German Shepherds, when you see him, that looks like a German Shepherd to me, and he's definitely not Rex from Fallout New Vegas, because not only is New Vegas all the way across the continent from where this is taking place, don't want to give away any spoilers, but also this dog is all natural, no robotic parts needed. Now, I stop here for one reason only, because we have, after I reviewed this trailer, and I reviewed it multiple times, I've probably watched it 20 times. I watched this trailer 20 times. In the Fallout New Vegas trailer, the Fallout 3 trailer, I probably watched them about 20 times each, not exaggerating. And the reason I do that is so that I can kind of take a look and see what the difference is between the games, because I'm that kind of person. And it also helps when it's like the joy of not having any other hobbies. So I find Mr. Handy, and he also appears in the Fallout 3 trailer, which this kind of Fallout with robotics and people flying and jet propulsion and all that, they must take place in a galaxy far, far away, or long, long ago, or maybe I'm just confusing my sci-fi. Oh, look, it's really sad because it looks like somebody forgot to feed not dog meat. Poor not dog meat. Okay, now right here, this has to be one of my favorite things that they do when they tell stories. I'm not sure whether it's Bethesda or who exactly they have, because they've had ZeniMax do it in the past, but the storytelling in these games are fantastic, and the little double entendres and the little puns that they slip in. This either happened unintentionally, which I would hope it did, but this has to be the funniest thing, or one of the funniest things. It's the unintentionally, inappropriately named Mr. Handy box. I'll just let that one sink in for a minute. Now, I'm going to stop right here just for a second. Well, this is probably one of the longer pauses I have in this. And the reason I do it, not only because there's that special book. You see that book down there at the bottom of the floor, right next to Not Dog Meat's left paw there? That is the special book. Now that special book is how you get your traits, your stats, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's called traits. That's the best way to describe it. It's your strength, your perception. How do you spell special? SPE, endurance. C is charisma. I is intelligence, A is agility, L is luck. Now, I did that off memory, so that's pretty damn good. So that is your special book, and you add points to that in one way or another throughout the game by finding other books, or you can add a specific set of points at the beginning of the game, and it kind of tells you how you're going to build this character that you're playing as. Now, not only did I stop it for there, but I also stopped it for this reason. I find it really interesting that Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 is giving us a kind of a start similar to Fallout 3. You know, you have this view, this little baby crib, and we know the youngin from Fallout 3 was our wanderer. He was our, you know, Vault 101, Vault Dweller, I guess. But I guess the number one question is right now is, does the upcoming scene have anything to do with the protagonist? I mean, I'll give you my feelings, I'll give you my thoughts, but I think I'll wait towards the end of the trailer. Now, right here is the first outdoor shot we get from Fallout 4. This is the first outdoor shot we get from the Fallout 4 trailer whatsoever, and it looks beautiful. Not only do we have the mountain range, but we have those antennas, power lines. They look like they're all power lines, not antennas so much. But we have this dilapidated, this kind of broken down, like, I don't know, town. It reminds me a lot of when you first walk out of Vault 101 in Fallout 3, you head to the east just a little bit and you run into probably the first town, the first rundown town that any of us that had ever played a Fallout game had run into, Springvale. It's just located just east of that vault in Fallout 3, and I think it was for many, like I said, the first town explored in Fallout 3. But I would suggest that if you play Fallout 3 after this, to just stay away from that school. And this is the part that's hard for me, because every time, so far, like, I'm not even joking, 20 plus times after I've seen this trailer, 20 plus times, it makes me want to scream out things, just like Vertibird, Tranquility Lane, Power Lines. And I know Power Lines doesn't really fit there. Now, I want to stop you here just for a second. I'm going to actually bump it up. Just hopefully I can catch it. One more. Okay, cool. So I'm going to stop it right here, not just because of the awesome Brotherhood of Steel. Okay, I'm sorry. Still screaming there. The awesome Brotherhood of Steel style armor. But since we're paused here, I also wanted to show you up if you look at the top right hand corner, just take your attention towards that billboard there. There is a Vault Boy billboard. And besides the fact that it's awesome and I want one, I mean I want one like right now, it seems that they're directing people to safety, which coincidentally looks like it's the same thing that these awesome power-wearing soldiers are doing. And for the record, I'd also like some power armor. So if someone has a hookup on power armor, you know how to get a hold of me. Just comment me down in the comments section. You know what? I have to go back. And this is where the volume goes back up. Because if I go back right here, you have probably one of the best slug lines ever in any game that I've ever played. And that's just being honest. And I swear to God, it is not It's a Me, Mario.
War never changes.
Here's where it kind of gets awkward for me. Because even though I've enjoyed the trailer up to this point, I enjoyed the trailer the first time and the second time and all those other times, I look at this and I feel like it's a little different. And when things are a little different, they seem odd. You know that you're in for something maybe not always better. But I look at this and it's awkward because this opens from the front. Like you see it and it opens from the front just like every other vault that we've run into. But when we go right here, we see this inside view, inside out view, and I'm trying to catch it, but it looks like there's a hole up there. Like you look through it and I don't know, maybe there's some kind of like fancy lift or something, and you can definitely tell right here. When we look at this Vault Dweller, and how can you tell it's a Vault Dweller? Everybody at once? Pip-Boy. But the Vault Dweller looks like he's coming out of the vault and he has to shield their eyes because they're kind of looking almost like straight up. That was more of a question. I guess it's not really a statement. And now that we know, because by now, days later, you guys have to know that we're setting in Boston. And this is, right here, the Bunker Hill Monument. And it's also at this point I wanted to apologize to any Yankees fans. I just want you to go, if you have a chance, go to Google. I say Google. You can use that, Yahoo, Bing, Poot, whatever. Go there and search Boston style, just like the Boston style monuments. And this will definitely come up. This is what you would classify as a rocket-fitted USS Constitution. And there's a Brahmin with some pack on the back. And that looks like a couple of super mutants. And that looks like a Protectron with blood on it. And that looks like something new, and a dog and a Deathclaw. And I just realized I'm yelling again. But let's get back to the point, because this looks awesome. They got a crump. I'm really hoping that this is the actual visual effects. And again, we're not being screwed over. But with the carts moving, the boxes flying, we have what appear to be some glowy-eyed, ghouly-ass baddies. You know those are the ghouls. They run in packs. They're nasty. I don't know if they're feral ghouls. I don't know what kind of ghouls they are, but they got to be some form of ghoul. And that just looks great. That looks awesome to me. We're also going to take a minute just to hear, just right here for a second. This looks to just further, like, set in stone that this is Fenway Park. We're heading to Boston. There's more signs that point in that direction further on in the video. Because right here, I caught it almost perfectly. Right here is the trifecta. Back to the USS Constitution, we see it flying, rockets, propulsion, whatever you want to call it, up in the sky. You have front and center right there the statue of, you know, the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. You have to know that's him. And here, just a few frames, you know, we have probably what solidifies it. And if you don't know, then you have to Google it again. You have to look at that. That is the Massachusetts State House, the golden top, the golden dome of the Massachusetts State House. The only thing that would scream Boston more than this would be like fans cheering on in Fenway for Big Papi to knock some zingers over the Green Monster. Now, I stopped it here for a reason, because I want to readdress an observation from earlier. If you look, you can actually read the letters. And I had to stop and start this video so many times. It actually says Vault 111, Vault 11. Now, we're looking at a top-down view. You can see all those people there. You can see the guy in the Brotherhood of Steel style armor. I know it might not be the Brotherhood of Steel. Every time I play a game, regardless of whether I played it for in New Vegas or whether I played it Fallout 3, I always considered, not everybody, but it's just the Brotherhood of Steel style armor. Though there is Enclave power armor, and there is military power armor, and there's definitely different kinds of armor, but I always thought, first thing, Brotherhood of Steel popped in my head. But I wanted to address Vault 111, because though this feels like and looks like Vault 111, if we go back to our Wayback Machine in the days of Fallout 3, we all know Vault 112 is home to that Tranquility Lane simulation. In here, I don't hear, maybe in Vault 11, it could be fancy, just like Vault 112, because we didn't know how fancy Vault 112 was until we actually went into it. But what's bothering me more than this elevator, which appears to be some kind of lift or elevator down into Vault 111, is that this is a Vault-Tec vault. And in every Vault-Tec vault that I've done research on, everyone that I've seen, there's been some kind of social experiment, just something. So I'm really curious as to what kind of social experiment is going to be practiced here. You know, like we're here in Boston, we're here in the Commonwealth, the same place that we find androids, the same place that we find androids that look just like people. Like in Fallout 3's, you know, that Dr. Zimmer that hangs out in Rivet City. And his androidian friend, yeah, I just made that up, androidian, what's up? But Dr. Zimmer and his androidian friend, man Harkness, that ran away from him in Rivet City, I told you I'd get back to my feeling. I told you what I feel like is going to be the thing. You know how there's always that thing, that twist in Fallout, that twist in Fallout 3, that twist in Fallout New Vegas? I think the twist in this game is you're going to play as the replicated man, or at least a replicated man. That is also a Fallout 3 shout out right there. And it was at this point right here, I'd love to do this in a Morgan Freeman voice, but I don't have this. And it was at this point that our unnamed our unnamed antagonist realized that he had achieved his nuke kill streak. You've got to see that and just laugh. And also, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's also best to point out that from the looks of it, mommy and daddy and baby makes 3 there. It looks like our family from the opening scene isn't going to make it. You know, unless of course they might be those running angry ghouls that are eating and preying on the flesh of the living. But it's probably not likely. Okay, so I stop it here for a reason. And there's a big reason. Because you look off to the right, and I know it's probably going to take like super zoom and 4K resolution to see it. But still rocking 1080p. On the right-hand side, you can see 77. Because I can do some quick math, and you can count across. There's 7, 11 down, 77 different perks. 77 different pieces on that poster. On the right-hand side, there's also that awesome rack of books, and you guys know we find magazines and books to help build your stats and all that. If you look over to the left on that busted-ass dresser, there is a Vault Boy, just the Vault Boy statue just hanging out. If you look up on the wall, it looks as if those are pistols and laser weapons and maybe some plasma weapons, maybe a grenade or two. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe this is what you would consider like a I don't know, like a garage turned Vault Boy storage facility. Or not Vault Boy, a garage turned Vault Person, because we know who the Vault Boy is. But Vault Person, because you know in this game you can be a guy or a girl. That's how it always works. I'm just gonna click ahead for just a little dude right here. Gotta get it up here. Right there. And you gotta stop here just for the oohs and ahs. You know it. That's it right there. You look at that power armor, and to be honest, I've played a lot of Fallout, and I look at that power armor, and that power armor doesn't look like any of the power armor I played with. It doesn't look like the Enclave power armor. It doesn't look like the Tesla armor. It doesn't look like the Brotherhood armor. It doesn't look like any of the armor that I've really played with before. But again, I may be wrong. You might see something in that armor that I haven't seen, and make sure to let me know down in the comment section. But I'm gonna continue on, and right here I gotta stop. Because I can't be the only one that sees this. There is a joke right here. Not Dog Meat is running out of a red rocket. Okay? That is a red rocket gas station / garage turned into a Vault Person storage facility. Not to mention, there's a busted ass Mr. Handy. So what we have in this picture is we have a Mr. Handy, not Dog Meat, and a red rocket. Tell me there's not some kind of, non-poetic punchline there.
Let's go, pal.
In our first words from a player in the Fallout series, this guy sounds like just Joe normal guy. Joe every day. I don't know, maybe it's Nolan North or, Troy Baker. There's just a couple of guys that have voiced more games than I can shake a stick at. If you gave me 2 sticks, I might be able to shake 2 sticks at it and get something out of it. But that is just something else that they don't have some kind of... I mean, if they do have one of those guys high profile like that, they're going to definitely want to voice the hell out of that character if they're paying them that much. Because to do 2 games before this, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, where they did not give the main character a voice other than and ah and a girl and ah when you get hit or shot, then they have just totally done something different with this game. And it would be a giant mistake to hire a voice actor to do about 2 lines. And there you have it. That is it. That is the entire Fallout 4 trailer. I'm going to go ahead and link the original, not chopped and screwed. See, and I don't even know. Is that am I digging at myself there? Is chopped and screwed a dig at myself? I mean, I can't tell with these damn kids and their unconventional linguistics. I can never tell. But seriously, just for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and link it down in the comment section. Or not in the comment section. I'm going to go ahead and link it down in the description so you guys can watch it not all screwed up and not with my voice behind it. And make sure, seriously, if you guys find something in the video that I didn't find or that I didn't point out, something you might find interesting, go ahead and leave it down there so that I can see it as well. And, if you want to get in a debate about how this game's going to look better on the PC or how it's going to look better on the console, or we're going to get updates for the PC, or we're going to be able to mod it, or what, updates or mods on the PC and updates on the console, however you guys want to argue it out, there's plenty of room down there for that too. I appreciate you guys for checking out this video. If you enjoyed the content, again, make sure to hit the subscribe button for future awesome videos. I am Lucky13. Until my next video, guys, I'm out.